Chapter 14, Super K-I-S-S, Donovan Curtis. Something I never would have believed possible was Noah getting weirder. Fame was doing it to him. He'd played many roles in his life: genius, nerd, outcast, robotics whiz. None of these had prepared him for what he had to deal with now: celebrity. When he walked down the hall, people scrambled to get near him, high-five him, fist bump him, be noticed by him. He was constantly being asked to relive the moment he performed his heroics. With each retelling, the story became more daring, hair-raising, death-defying, and downright miraculous. He posed for so many selfies that he was late to every class, but that was okay. The teachers worshipped him almost as much as their students did. The school newspaper published a special Super Kid issue, and the yearbook devoted a double-page spread to him. A letter to the Post even suggested that the building should be renamed Hardcastle Euclid Middle School. Dr. Schultz promised to take it up at the next board meeting. The Daniels loved it, mostly because they enjoyed watching me squirm. "That's got to hurt," Nussbaum commiserated, all the while grinning like an idiot. "You know, watching somebody else get famous for what you did." "Yeah, it should be Hardcastle Donovan Middle School," Sanderson added in sympathy. "Not so loud," I hissed. "Okay, so it bothered me a little, but it's better than everyone finding out it was me." Even Noah's fiercest critic, Taggart, was warming up to local hero. The same hashtag that was about to pound Noah into hamburger if Beatrice hasn't chomped him. Hashtag the only reason Noah had been on Sutton Street that fateful morning in the first place. Suddenly, the injured lacrosse star's face began to appear in the crowd that was always around Noah. Every day at lunch, hashtag moved a space or two closer to Noah's cafeteria table. When a sixth grader pushed ahead of Noah in line for the drinking fountain, hashtag practically body-checked the poor kid halfway down the hall. Whether he wanted one or not, Noah had a brand new BFF. The kinder, gentler hashtag applied to Noah only. He was still off the lacrosse team, still playing Wounded Warrior with his big fat arm in a sling, and blaming me for it. As soon as that big fat arm was out of the sling, he promised he would use it to teach me a lesson I wouldn't soon forget. At least that was before the Super Kid talked him out of it. "You're lucky Noah likes you, man," he told me. "Otherwise, you wouldn't get off so easy for sissing your hairball on me." Another reason why I was getting mercy was the lacrosse team was on a winning streak, despite the absence of their star. What was their secret? The Super Kid. He was an inspiration. And since Noah was a cheerleader, he always on the sidelines to lift their flagging spirits. That was another thing about Noah's new fame. Nobody seemed to notice what a terrible cheerleader he was anymore. Brad always complained that celebrities had a free pass at life. They weren't held to high standards, the way soldiers and sailors and Marines were in the military. Well, that was exactly what was starting to happen with Noah. Nobody said anything bad about him these days. His praying mantis posture was now laid back, and his whiny voice had become emo. He wasn't short anymore, he was compact or feisty, and his bizarre personality was described as unique or even alternative. Alternative to what? Nussbaum mused innocently. Human? Martian, Sanderson corrected. "You take that back," came an angry voice from behind us. We all turned around. The cheerleaders were coming out of the locker room and on their way to practice. There stood Vanessa, hands on hip, glaring at us. "How dare you make fun of Noah? You're not fit to carry his pom-poms." "With a little weight training," Nussbaum returned, "maybe Noah could be strong enough to carry his own pom-poms." Her eyes shot sparks. "You're a jerk. If it wasn't for Noah, poor Megan would be dead." Megan came up beside her. "Can people stop saying that? I might have survived, you know." Then her expression turned angry, and she added, "But you are a jerk, all three of you. You pretend to be Noah's friends, and as soon as he's not around, you badmouth him. Noah, who's so..." Her face twisted. "Great." I'd seen hints of it before, but this was the first time it sank in that our beloved cheerleader-in-chief was getting sick of being told 20 times a day that she owed her life to the kid who kept knocking over her human pyramid. Megan, who should have been more grateful to the super kid than anybody, really couldn't stand the guy. She just couldn't say it out loud.